There's a crop that's a veteran of Heartland farms that lots of urban folks have heard of, but probably couldn't quite tell you what it is. Sorghum doesn't enjoy the widespread use it once did, but it's still a versatile plant, and it's still common enough in Heartland products and recipes. On a recent trip through Ohio, Pat found just the man to introduce us to this lesser-known American staple.
What I can remember when I was little was how good it made me feel to help my dad, and of course that involved work, so I didn't mind working.
Childhood memories of working the family farm was just one thing that brought John Simon back to his boyhood home in Portsmouth, Ohio. His parents wanted him to leave, get an education, and have a career. He did all of that, becoming a college professor, but there was so much he missed about that peaceful plot of land on Pond Creek.
I just, you know, the beauty of a calf, or to get to and sit and pet a cat, or to look at across the road and see the hill, or hear the stream.
John's 500-acre farm has been handed down through 5 generations, beginning in the 1860s when his great-great-grandfather came here from France.
When they got here, they owned all this timber here. There's a lot of white oak and that sort of thing on this farm, and so they were able to build. And they built a beautiful rock dam down here. They built this home in the 1860s with wood provided here on the farm. They paid $100 to a man and his son to build that house, and I'm glad to still be able to live in it.
John is also glad he can keep his family's farming history, as well as that of the area's Appalachian culture, alive. One of those things is the growing of sweet sorghum. It is best known as a grain crop. Today, it's an unusual ingredient for most American cooks. But in the 1880s, sorghum cane, which looks a lot like corn, was made into a common, inexpensive sweetener. How tall does it get?
Well, ordinarily you might see a stalk get about around 8 or 9 or 10 feet tall.
One way you know it's ready to be harvested is by the taste.
I look at the taste more than anything, and I come in and I cut a piece off the top when I think it's getting right, and I take that piece, and that piece has juice in it, and I just bend that over my knee and hold it up over my mouth and twist it. And I can tell when that juice is ready to make sorghum.
We visited John's farm in late July. The crop is harvested at the beginning of September. So it's real low-tech as far as the harvest.
It's low-tech, and it's also handwork. And we are still one of the farmers in America that raises sorghum that does it slow and traditional. And we strip the cane and top the cane and do it by hand. We don't cut it with machines.
John's traditional approach to raising sorghum is one of the attractions for visitors who make their way to his farm each October. That's when John holds his annual Sorghum Makin' Festival, and people come here and have a good old homespun time, and they learn just how he does it. Since 1982, visitors have been able to see how sweet sorghum is made. The cane is taken to a little mill on the farm and hand-fed a few at a time. The rollers in the mill crush the stalks, which squeezes the juice out of the cane. The juice is collected into a container and eventually cooked.
Oh, sorghum popcorn balls.
John likes to show his visitors how versatile sorghum can be as an ingredient in down-home recipes, from baked beans to baked treats like cookies.
Big bowl of molasses was all she had to eat, but Aaron likes molasses. Sorghum and eat some in the winter and the fall.
Farming and sorghum aren't John's only passions. There's also music, a gift handed down from his mother. He especially enjoys playing the regional tunes passed from generation to generation.
It's great satisfaction to entertain yourself and then to entertain other people.
And to teach others what he so loves. John's enthusiasm for Appalachian tradition has a profound impact on many people, including his students, a couple of whom also play music with him.
John is probably one of the biggest influences of my life. He probably doesn't know that. I don't know why I'm going to cry.
He's made me more aware of music, different types of music, what how that they've all more or less melted together over the years to form rock and roll and country.
And melting the past with the present is something John Simon hopes to continue as a way to honor those who farmed the land before him.